Hello, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to Ongakudi, the podcast where three friends come together and break down what's new in the Japanese music industry. This is the podcast for the week of April 10th, 2020. I'm your host, Ken, and with me we have Gray.
What's happening, dudes?
And Luna.
Hello, everyone.
Whoa, the three of us back together again.
Yay!
Woohoo!
Good times, good times.
Good times indeed. How have we been? What have we been listening to? Let's start with you, Gray.
Let's see. This week, it's actually been kind of a quiet week for me. In fact, today, I've only listened to the Music Corner today, surprisingly enough, which is fine. I wrote the Music Corner, I put it up, and I've listened to these guys like tons of times, but today was like the only day I actually sat down and listened to any of their music this week. But I have been listening to another Music Corner that I'm going to be doing further down the road, and we're going to talk about next week, so I don't want to give that away quite yet. Let that be a surprise. And other than that, I really haven't been listening to too much. More Kamen Rider openings, because I just finished Wizard this week, and kind of just bringing that to a close. I've talked about this with Ken, and I've talked about this with another friend of mine, that I'm going to be stepping away from Kamen Rider for about a month, so and pick up some anime and stuff, some other stuff I want to watch. What have you been listening to, Luna?
A lot of random stuff. It has been a very shitty week. My laptop is kaput thanks to my lovely husband. So I can't listen to any more music on my laptop, so I used our stereo to jam out to 5 albums last week while cleaning. We have a 5-disc stereo set, so I had Yasuda Rei's newest album, Rei 1, on there, Rei I, which is amazing, especially blasting super loud. Some great beats to all those tracks. Also put in Edu's Maku Ake mini album, which is also fantastic. That was a great treat to hear on the stereo. And Hayashibara Megumi's Megu Mix, her latest Slayer's Megu Mix, which dropped at the end of March and had all the opening ending themes to Slayers. Get Along is still my favorite one. And what else did I have in there? Sakamoto Maya's latest album as well, that dropped in November. Mizuki Nana's Cannonball Running, which has been playing in my car when I do have to travel, which is very few and far between. It is a great album, so many unique, interesting songs. Each track is different, which is why I'm enjoying this album greatly. She does a really good job of giving you all different types of genres in one album, and also showing off her vocal capabilities as usual. And I feel like there was one more album I had in my stereo, and some reason my mind is going blank on what it was. I also was listening to this week's Music Corner, and tons of anime theme songs. My head is full of new ones to check out. And was listening to some Millet this week again. And Juju. Juju had some lives on YouTube, which kept me very interested, as she is her best album coming out. Yeah, I think it's in Japan, and it's all to prepare for her best album. And I don't think it's in front of a live audience. I actually think what they did with this is they took clips from all her concerts and compiled it into live videos. So all her live clips, and they've been playing it on YouTube. So you get an idea of every song that's on each disc, because there's 4 discs in it. And she just had the 3rd one today, and she'll probably have the 4th one tomorrow. If you guys get a chance to check it out, you can still watch them even if you haven't checked it out live, or when it's airing, I mean. They're a great way to get an idea of who Juju is, and she is so good live. Her voice is fantastic. I've been addicted to her, and I think I might actually buy that album now. I've been trying to save money, but after watching her live, I don't know if I can pass that up. So I've actually listened to a good amount this week and did not realize it until now. What about you, Ken? What have you been listening to?
Couple of new things. I've been listening to Shia Summer. She just dropped a new song, which we'll talk more about probably next week. And been listening to Syrup CIY mini album again. the Charm Park Sun is over. She is Summer once again with her Wave Motion album. Ever since I heard the single, I was like, I should go back to her old album. Listening to Crocodile once again, Temporary Volume 2. Besides that, Polka Dot Sing Race, and we'll get more about them in a moment, and you'll understand why once you hear it. But yeah, with that, let's continue on to the news here. I believe you, Luna, have the first bit of news, so go right ahead.
Yes, I do. So this one I am extremely thrilled about is Fakey brought out the Half Moon in their latest music video. They are one of our Music Corner alumni. And their newest single, Half Moon, dropped on March 22nd. It was a digital single on here, released on all platforms on the 26th. The video had released on March 22nd, to be specific. And it is an emotionally power-charged ballad, and it's actually written by Lil Fang with an accompaniment of UTA and Yohei. And this was Lil Fang's first attempt at writing her own lyrics, so I think she did a fantastic job. This song is one of my favorites they've ever done, at least from last year. I mean, I loved their Girls Power trilogy, but Half Moon blew me away. I could not stop listening to it. Check out more about it on our website, and the music video is on there.
Cool beans. And continuing on up to celebrate the release of his latest EP, CIY, the Music Corner alum Syrup released the music video for his track Your Love on his official YouTube channel. Changing it up from the usual affair, he goes all out with a kind of a live band, something that isn't usually against his style, but it is a welcome one to be sure. You can check out more information about that on our site along with the music video in question. Go check it out. It is fan-freaking-tastic.
Yeah, I really need to pick this or check this out because I love Syrup and I haven't really looked at any of his stuff in a while, so I'm taking your recommendation, Ken, and checking this out post-show. Moving on up to our next article, we're going to be talking about rock band Wands, as they announced they're going to be dropping their 17th single, titled Dakiyose Takamaru Kimi no Taion to Tomoni, and it's set to drop on May 20th. This is the second single since the band reunited last year, and their single is being used for the second season of the crime drama Silent Voice. So if you are interested in this, you can definitely check this out. And if you've never heard of Wands, we have their reunited single that they dropped last year called Machina Limp. So if you are interested in them, you can definitely check this out. And we have pre-order links in the article as well.
All right, next up is Japanese singer, songwriter, rapper, DJ, and producer Yayoi Diamond dropped 3 consecutive EPs beginning on International Women's Day, and it actually ended on the March 28th. And pretty much we have a breakdown on our website of what is on each EP. The first was entitled Girls Strong, the second was Girls Love, the third was Girls Diamond. And they each released, one was on March 8th, the other was on March 18th, and the other was on March 28th. They were all released 10 days in between each other. And they can all be found on all digital platforms such as iTunes, Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon as well. And you can check all this out on our website, along with the track listing for each EP, cover art, and YouTube clips of each songs off the EPs. And she will also be hosting a one-man live in June, and on June, which you can read about on our website.
Continuing on up, it is the talented composer Masumi Nishimura electronical-inspired solo project Inner Science had announced that he will be releasing a brand new album titled May on April 22nd. This will be the latest release done by him since his ambient sound album Ambient Purple back in February, and will be his 9th overall. You can check out all the information about that on our site. You can check out actually a lot of things, which is very, very interesting. So he's a more of an electronica-based artist, and a lot of his stuff doesn't have physical releases, and this one is actually going to be cassette tape. Like, there's going to be a cassette tape version of this release. So go check it out on our site. If you guys are able to get it, go ahead and get it, because I'm pretty sure it's going to be rare. But we put a lovely track listing of his Pearl album on our site as well, so go check that out.
All right, moving on to our next article, we're going to be talking about Visual Kei Band D, as they have announced they're not dropping one, but two brand new singles on April 29th. Both singles are part of a charity for all the problems that have been going on with Australia. If you're unaware, they've had some really nasty wildfires going on. And so both of these singles are to help in the relief efforts of that. So the first single is titled Ika, Pray for Australia. And the second single is titled Hard Koala. And both singles are being only released in one edition. So definitely check this out, especially if you like D and you want to help them help Australia. This is definitely a great way to do it. And if you're unfamiliar with D and you want to check them out, we have a music video of theirs, Uncrowned King, in the article, so you can definitely check that out as well.
All right, next up is Mizuki Nana expresses herself with her latest live Blu-ray and DVD. Those of you who don't know, she is a popular seiyuu and vocalist, and she had dropped her latest live concert release, Nana Mizuki, Live Express 2019, that came out on the 25th of March. It is her latest Blu-ray and final performance of her tour that took place at Shiba Zozo Marine Stadium on September 15th of last year. You can check out the track listing, cover art, and digest video of this along with order links on our site, and you can read a little bit more about this release as well. I am super excited for this. I already have it ordered. It will come when Millet's released.
Nice. Continuing on up, it is the lovely 3-member all-girl rock band Kaneyori Masaru announced that they will be releasing a brand new mini album, Kokoro wa Sentaki no Naka, on May 27th. This will be the latest release done by the band since their mini album Kakegane Naku Naritai back in October of last year, and will be their second overall. You can check out more information about that on our site, along with the music video for... Forgot to put the music video. I'll have to edit that later. The music video for Yusu of the Enzi on our site as well.
All right, moving on to our next article, we're going to be talking about music sensation Aimyon, as she has announced a brand new single titled Hadaka no Kokoro, set to be released on May 13th. The new opening is being used for the TV drama My Housekeeper, Mr. Nagisa, which will start airing on April 14th, so next week. And yeah, the pre-orders are up, and they are posted in the article along with Aimyon's latest music video, so you can definitely check that out. If you're an Aimyon fan, this is definitely something to look forward to.
You're saying it wrong. It's Aimyon.
Aimyon.
Well, that's
Aimyon.
that is Yaz's thing. I can't riff. I can't steal Yaz's thing. I gotta do my own thing.
But it's our own thing. It's the podcast thing.
Aimyon.
There we go.
Aimyon.
All right, so next up is Juju tells us her latest story with her all-time best album. And this all-time best album is entitled Your Story and comes out on April 8th, which means it's already out. Grab your copy, dudes. So it is her third best album and her 22nd album over her career. It will feature 52 tracks in total, spread along 4 discs. There will be 2 editions of this released. And you can read a little bit more about how this track listing was chosen on our website, as along about what is included in each edition. It is 4 discs. There's a DVD included with the limited edition. Also, we have some information regarding her Juju Arena Tour 2020 Your Story to celebrate the release of this album. You can also check out a couple clips and get an idea of the tracks on this. And don't forget to go on YouTube and check out her theater releases that have been dropping with her live clips.
And continuing on up, it is the lovely Music Corner alum Tendre announced that he will be releasing a brand new track called Life on April 15th, so next week as well. This will be the latest release done by the artist since his Insight EP back in October of last year, and will be released on all digital streaming platforms. As the title implies, the theme of the track will be about life, and Tendre hopes to inspire people with this track in their time of need. You can check out more information about that on our site, along with the music video for Self on our site as well.
All right, moving on to the next article, we're going to be talking about Nana Kitade. She is a singer-songwriter, and she has revealed that she is dropping a brand new mini-album titled New Dawn. It's set to drop on May 8th. New Dawn will only have 5 tracks total, and it is produced in a band style, which is the first time she's done this in 4 years. So if you're interested in Nana Kitade, you can definitely check this out. We have her music video, Make Believe, if you want to get to know her a little bit better. And if you want to see the mildly disturbing artwork for her album cover, we have that posted in the article as well, along with a full track listing for New Dawn. So definitely
What you talking about? He's bleeding cherries.
yeah.
And butterflies.
Yeah, butterflies
It's
are
amazing.
coming out. The album art's a unicorn that's been slayed and it's cut in half, and butterflies are flying out of it, and it looks like cherries are dropping out of it. So
She always has interesting cover art. She's known for her gothic Lolita style and was...
I can kind of guess that.
yeah,
And those of you who don't know, she did one of the ending themes to Full Metal Alchemist. It was Kesanai Sumi. And she's also done a couple other anime themes and is actually a veteran in the industry.
yeah. See, there you go.
All right.
I'm a huge fan of her. I actually own most of her albums.
There you go. Then this is something for you to pick up, Luna.
Oh, I will be. I just got to be very careful on what I buy lately. But I'm excited she's dropping a new mini album because it's been a while since she's dropped something.
Yep.
All right. So next up is Baby Metal has announced their live at the Forum on Blu-ray and DVD. So those of you who missed your chance to see them live in LA performing at the Forum, you can relive that now or see it for the first time. And so those of you who don't know who they're a popular fusion, idol, and metal band. And their Blu-ray is coming on May 13th. And this features their live concert at the Forum in LA for their Metal Galaxy World Tour. So pretty much it is a tour to promote their latest album that had dropped on the October 11th, the same date they did this concert. You can read a little bit more about this on our website and what it comes with. We have the track listing up there, the pre-order links, the cover, and a really cool trailer on there as well.
And continuing on up, it is the vocalist Toku Miura announced that she will be releasing her first mini album, Asterisk, on May 25th. For those who might not know who Miura is, her claim to fame was being involved with the track Shukusai with Radwimps, which was used in the 2019 animated movie Withering to You, and was featured heavily in the 70th Kohaku Uta of last year. So it's very interesting. You can check out more information about that on our site, along with the music video for Shukusai on our site as well. And then continuing on up, if you guys don't have a hilarity with this, it is the popular comedian Pico Taro released a brand new track called PPAP 2020 on his official YouTube channel. Being an acronym for Pray for the People and Peace, he hopes to encourage people around the world to stay safe during this global crisis and use the updated version of his 2016 hit PPAP, Pen Pineapple Pen, and rejiggered it at some catchy chorus, which you have to listen to believe. You can check out more information about this on our site, so you can go right ahead and stay inside and wash them hands, please, for the love of God. At least 20 seconds.
Yes. Be clean, everyone. Be safe. All right, moving on to our next article, we're going to be talking about an industry veteran, Yui Asaka, but she is celebrating 35 years in the Japanese music industry, and she is releasing a special collection titled Yui's Hummingbird Years Blu-ray and Special CD Collection, and is set to drop on June 17th. This collection is going to have 4 discs total, 3 of which will be CDs and 1 Blu-ray, and it's only released in 1 edition, and it's going to be big. It is really expensive. It is $120 US. So it's a pricey collection, but if you're a fan of hers, it is really worth it. They go all out for this. Pre-orders are going really fast, so definitely be certain to check out the article, get your pre-order in, and definitely make certain you grab your copy, because as of recording, there are 2 copies left available for pre-order. So if you're a fan of hers, you need to get on it.
All right, next up is Sky High soars while doing his best. Japanese singer, rapper, and member of the popular group AAA. Sky High, aka Hidaka Mitsushiro, is soaring this year with the release of his greatest best album, Sky High's The Best, that comes out on June 17th. And it comes hot on the trail of his latest tour, Sky High 2019, the Japrison, which came to Blu-ray and DVD in December. This will come in 3 CDs, and if you get the limited editions, it comes with either a Blu-ray or 2 DVDs. You can check out more about this on our website and what each edition comes with. The track listing is still to be determined, but you can check out the cover and Sky High's latest track that teases this best album on our website.
Continuing on up, it is the lovely 7-member girl idol group Benjamin Jasmine released a music video for their upcoming track Saiba on their official YouTube channel. While not breaking any new ground, this track holds a mid-tempo composition with strong vocals, which has to be heard to believe. And this will be a great jumping on point for new listeners. This will be the lead track for their upcoming self-debuting mini album, Benjamin Jasmine, which will be released on April 28th. You can check out more information about that on our site, along with the music video as well. And then continuing on up, it is the lovely band Polka Dot Stingray. After the release of their brand new track, Jet, they also released the music video for said track on their official YouTube channel. Directed beautifully by Tatsuya Kurihara of the design team Quartz Tokyo, the video focuses on lead singer Shizuku as she goes through her everyday life. And it's used as a collaboration track with the Australian-based airlines Jetstar, which you can see prominently near the end of the video. You can check out more information about that on our site, and it is released digitally across all digital streaming platforms. You can check it out as well.
Moving on up to our next article, we're going to be talking about SARD Underground, as they have announced that they're going to be dropping their second single, titled Korekara no Kimi ni Kanpai, which is set to drop on June 3rd. The new song is written by group member Izumi Sakai and will be similar to the first single that they dropped in February, which is titled Shiko Shizutsu. And we have the music video for Shiko Shizutsu in the article, and it was also used as one of the ending themes for Detective Conan. So if you are interested in them, you can definitely check it out. At the time of posting the article, unfortunately, pre-orders were not up or available, but still, this is something to look forward to and get excited about, and you can check out their first single in the article.
And going on to our last release news of the week, it is the voice actress turned vocalist Haruka Yamazaki announced that she will be releasing a brand new mini album, Mysterie, on June 3rd. Famously known for her roles in hit animes such as When Supernatural Battles Become Commonplace, and in the Idolmaster Million Live series, Yamazaki is still relatively new as a solo artist. And this will be her latest release since Sin Pote album back in August of last year, and will be her first mini album. She really does like the French, and I'm sorry if I butchered any of that. You can check out all the information on that on our site, along with the music video for Zennoto Madochi on our site as well.
All right, and moving on to just general news, we're going to be talking about idol group Keyakizaka 46, as it has been revealed that they are losing yet another member. Nakano Nagasawa has announced that as of March 31st, she is no longer with the group. The announcement came via the group's official website, and she went on her private blog stating that she wants to take the first step forward in her dream before her 23rd birthday. So this is her saying goodbye, and we wish her the best of luck in her future endeavors. And that's really all there is to say. It's kind of sad that since they had like the mass graduation in January, this is the only news to come out of that group. So, but it's
and I just think of that Queen song, Another One Bites the Dust. Because that's what's been happening as of
But no, you're totally right. Yeah, it is really just like another one bites the dust, and I mean, who knows? I figured since Hirate left that they're rejiggering and reshuffling and trying to figure out what's next for the group.
Hell, I mean, they delayed the hell out of the single. The single was supposed to be out already.
Yep, you're 100% right. So
I don't know what's going on, but it is what it is. But,
yep.
Anyway, continuing on to this week's music corner. This time you have the stage, Gray. So why don't you go ahead and introduce this week's music corner?
Sure. Always happy to. So yeah, we're going to be talking about another boy group, because that's what I'm good for. That's what I am known as in the show.
Boy groups and idol groups. You just love the idols. I mean, I'm not judging, but for the most part, that's what we're gonna get from.
Yeah. Now, to be fair, my next music corner will be a huge deviation from this, which is a good thing because it'll shake things up a bit.
Straight up gangster rap, right?
Yes, hardcore, the OGs, man. Yeah. So today we're going to be talking about 5-member boy group High Five, and I really like these guys since they released their first single. They've really spoke to me from the beginning, and I kind of wanted to do them for Music Corner for a while, but in my head I was like, I wanted to wait until they had 3 singles out.
Would you say they touched you?
Yes, they did. But yes, I love these guys. They are a lot of fun. They have really high energy songs that are just fun to listen to. They really get stuck in your head. And they really do a great job of harmonizing, singing together, singing as a unit, as a vocal unit, which is great. I mean, I like it when, like, you have boy groups where it's like, like they'll sing together in the chorus, but the verses, like the guys are sharing, like this guy will sing this line and this guy will sing that line. I mean, that works and that's fine. But, I love the harmonization that High Five really gets. And like, they just really feel as a cohesive unit when they sing. And I think it shows in their music. They just have really good vocals. Their song variety is pretty limited. They have one style and they've stuck to it pretty hard. But I like them. They're a band that, or not band, but a group that I've gone to listen to, especially like if I'm feeling down or feeling a little low. Like, this happened last year, but after we do like the big blowout end of the year show, there's always a song or a group that I just fall in love with that I really wish I would have talked about in that. And I only kind of like, oh yeah, High Five, they're like honorable mentions, but I really didn't get into them too much. And then in January, I just absolutely fell head over heels in love with Heartbeat. That song is just my jam. I listen to it on repeat. I get that song stuck in my head constantly. And I'll wake up with that song stuck in my head, and this is my absolute favorite song that they do. But I've liked all of their songs. I felt like they're pretty consistent, and I will express a desire that I would like to see them mix it up. But right now, I think they're doing great, and they've been able to consistently hit the Oricon, so they have a fan base. They're growing. And it'll be interesting to see how they go and how they develop their career. But I thought these 5 guys have knocked it out of the park. Just real quick, the members are Takuma Hayase, Daigo...
Hayashi.
Thank you. Hayashi. I don't know why I said Hayase. Daigo Kato, Yuya Otani, Otomo Kai, and Yusuke Noguchi. So those are the 5 members, and they have a color. If you want to read about that, you can definitely read the article to see which color correlates to who. But all of their music is on Spotify and Apple Music, and be careful with Spotify because their newest single is listed as a different artist, even though it's spelled identical, exactly the same. It's really dumb. I don't know why they do that. Apple Music does it too sometimes, but it's different artists. So, but you can find all of their music on both Apple Music and Spotify. So if you want to check them out, you definitely can. And we have their official website and their Twitter. And yeah, that's pretty much High Five. What are y'all's thoughts and opinions?
First off, I would like to think as this is this year's version of the next 3 to 4 months where all I'm going to hear about is High Five. Because you always do this where you latch onto a group, you don't talk about them ever again.
That's true.
I need to ask, because you kept on saying that you're boys with your color creation. Would you rank them better, is what I'm asking.
I don't think so. I don't think I would rate them better. I don't know. It's a good question.
Because, we had this, we had Bish, we had LOL, where if I were to shoot all these groups that you've been telling us over the last couple months that you've been kind of in love with, how would you rank High Five as of right now?
I would rank them not above color creation. I would definitely say color creation is still my favorite. And color creation's kind of been quiet. I mean, they've had 2 digital singles. Both of them are great, but there's really not a whole lot to say or talk about. And it's weird. I haven't listened to Bish in a while. It's weird because where we do like the music corners and stuff like that, like, I'll have like groups that I like, but, it's hard to get back to. Just like LOL had their Lightning album come out. I think I've listened to it twice total because it's, I'm always trying to find new groups, always trying to find like the next thing. And I think one of the things that I really like about High Five right now is because their discography is literally so short. Like, it's like their whole discography is 19 minutes long. So if I just want something to listen to for 20 minutes, it's a lot easier to slot them in my schedule. And that's kind of like why I've been listening to them over and over again, because it's like, well, I only have a couple of minutes and I don't want to get vested too much into a thing, so I'll just listen to that. So right now, I think it might just be a thing of convenience, which might sound god awful, but these guys
that
are so
is
great.
awful.
But these guys are good. I do like them. I wouldn't, like I said, I wouldn't place them above color creation or anything like that. I would say they're in like 7, 6. I really want to see where they go because they only have 3 singles out. I really want to see what they do with their first album and with their like where they go for next, and see if they mix it up. I mean, I don't feel like. I mean, they're probably going to be a lot like Milk. I get the feeling that like they're going to be in that same headspace where they're
oh yeah.
Where it's like, I mean, there's not a whole lot of variation, but if I'm feeling down or if I'm feeling like a little, I can just go to these guys and like get like a good high energy pick me up song and it works. So we'll see what they do. I'm interested to see like what they do next and where they go from here. But I mean, they're up there. They're in my top 10.
Okay, well, continuing on to what I think about them. You can listen to the conversation that I had a couple weeks ago with you about this group, and that will literally be the same. With High Five, they jumped at 11, and I kind of needed them to calm down just a bit, and they had with the last 2 singles, but their A-side tracks are god awful. I can't, not so much that I hate it, but they're the same song. It feels like I'm listening to the same song, specifically with 2 and 3, with Heartbeat and
We Can Fly.
We Can Fly, and that's the unfortunate of it all. But I had liked their B-side tracks. Their B-side tracks, they're nothing to write home about, honestly, but their first one, is probably their best song in my opinion there, because it's so different compared to what they needed to have done. And I wish that they could have the higher energy song, and that's fine. They can have that. If they want to be known for that, that's fine. But I need to see range. And their B-side tracks show that they have range, but they don't represent that in their A-side track. People are only going to listen to the A-sides. And I want them to do more. And it goes back to the debate that if you're sounding the same over 3 singles, I'm going to drop you. And unless they absolutely wow me on the 4th single, I'm going to be like, I already know what to expect. when I see this group. And it's not the same as Milk, where Milk had a long era career and they did go through a couple member changes. I guess it's to show that these 5 are going to grow up together, and we'll get to see that evolution. However, I need to see it a little faster. Otherwise, just a little bit faster. Otherwise, but the thing is, if the B-sides were just as good as the first single, then I wouldn't be having this internal dilemma that I have with the groups of these kind. And it could be just going back to me just being a Johnny lover, and I can't help but compare these styles of groups to Johnny's style.
And I will say, as like a counter to your point, if you're watching a show, you don't want all the character growth to be in like the first 2 or 3 episodes. So I'm fine with it being 3 singles. There's not like a ton of growth or a ton of range.
But it's like saying the first single is the first 3 episodes. That I understand that you're gonna, but I want them to experiment. That's the whole thing of my thing. I understand that you are not going to see it instantly, but I want to see it because 2 and 3, the B-sides were the exact same songs, in my personal opinion. Into the Future and Sakura. Into the Future is a much more vocal-heavy track, but the composition sounded the same. I did like Sakura, but it could not beat Yeah, where Yeah was the best of what I think this group can go forward to, and that's what I want. I'm not gonna neg them. But I need to see that growth, and it ain't coming out where I think like, oh, they tried to do something with the B-side, but I guess not a lot of fan reaction was going towards that, and then they continued back with Future and Sakura. They are trying little bitty things here, but the composition needs to match that little bitty things that they're doing. Because in the future, their B-side track for the Heartbeat single, their 3rd single, was great. Vocally was great, but composition-wise was I know what to expect, and that could be just the production team that does the composition for this group. That could be just it, and they need new composers to do it. That could be just it. I'm just not. The composition that they're doing is the same in my mind.
Okay, so I really, really liked Sakura. I thought that was probably my favorite song of them. It was something that stood out to me as vocal-wise, composition-wise. It was a more slow-sounding song, wasn't high energy, and showed off that they can do other types of music besides their high-energy, typical boy idol group. So I do kind of agree with Ken in that aspect, as a lot of their songs did sound the same to me, because I kept thinking, like, whenever it switched, I thought it kept repeating the same song, and I kept getting confused listening to them on Spotify. So, I will say We Are High Five was, a lot of fun, too, and We Can Fly, but a lot of them I just kept getting mixed up, and I couldn't tell which from which, except Sakura was the one that I think was the most unique. I do think that these guys have a lot of talent. They have good vocals, and I would like to see more of what else they can do. And for a lead song, I would like to see them do a single that stands out from the rest of their tunes, just to show off that they're not like a one type of style group. And their B-sides were fantastic. I had a lot of fun with those. So
yeah, and I will agree with Ken. I feel like their B-sides mix it up a little bit more. They're a little bit more distinct and unique than the A-side tracks. And most people will listen to the A track and never listen to the B track. That is very true. But
yeah, so with that regard, it kind of changed my opinion on them for just a small bit, and it showed me their recipe for success that they can do if they relied more on their vocal side. They have great vocals. Don't get me wrong. We are High Five and Heartbeat kind of shows that off, but to the most part, Sakura really, really shows that these boys can sing.
Yeah.
When the composition match. If they get paired with a ballad composition, I think it'll be magnifico. I think it'll be amazing. I think it'll be fan-freaking-tastic.
Yes, and I
I could eat my words. The fourth single that they do, and they do a ballad. I could eat my words right then and there. But as of right now, seeing the same 3 type of compositions, on the A-side track specifically, ain't really doing a whole lot for me.
Oh, that's funny. But yeah, no, and I get where you guys are coming from, but yeah, like I said, like these guys have just, I really like fallen in love with these guys. They're really good and really solid. I feel like, we'll see, there are 3 singles in.
We'll see.
Like
that's the great thing. They're only 3 singles in, and we get to watch them grow. And that's the amazing thing. We got to see that with Eru. Eru was the exact same thing where she was doing the same kind of composition. She was more vocal heavy, and I knew that she could do it. But when she broke out with a lot more songs and showed her range, she was fantastic. And look, she's with Enflo now. She did a love song with Enflo, and that's a hit. Really, really well regarded for that type of genre. Yeah. So I think once High Five kind of gets their gears are running, they'll be fan-freaking-tastic.
Yeah.
But I need to see that.
Yeah.
And looking at the first 3 singles, it seems like they're going all aboard on one type of lane, where I need them to be like, well, let's try to go into this lane just a little bit to see what's going to happen. We have our vocal heavy talent, and we know that they can do it. Yeah. They're fan-freaking-tastic.
And to offer a little bit of hope, because they're a brother group to Magic Prince. Magic Prince does have a wide range. They have a wider discography, I guess is a way to put it. So I think they'll follow kind of similar in their footsteps and in that range. So I really think these guys are just getting started. They're just treading the waters. I think they're trying to get an idea for what works and what doesn't. And sometimes like you'll see like big experimentation in the beginning, and sometimes you won't. It just depends on the group and depends on the record label and where they want to take them, and where they're just trying to tread the waters, trying to figure out where their audience is at. They may not quite be ready to be experimental yet because they may not want to run off people. I don't know, but I do think I do think these guys will be big. Like I said, all 3 of their singles have been hits. Now, I do think Heartbeat was the one that hit highest on the Oricon, because I remember that song being 4 and We Can Fly hit 7. So they did fall a little bit back with We Can Fly. And so hopefully they'll take like that little tick, that little drop to show, okay, so our 3rd single didn't do as well as our 2nd single, so we'll mix it. Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to hit the mic there. Our 2nd single we'll mix it up with our next single, and then we'll do something a little different. That's kind of what I'm hoping, because the 3rd single did drop a little bit. They didn't get nearly as high as they did with their 2nd single. So we'll see how things shake out in the meantime.
But yeah, with that, I want to say thank you for introducing them once again to me. Yeah. And like I said, giving a little bit more broader range than just looking at the A-side tracks, I can see their potential, like very much so. And that was the great thing for me, because like I said, if you're only looking at the A-side track, which most people are going to be looking at, they kind of seem like, well, they're a boy band, but what else is there? But their B-sides hold that potential to show what could happen.
Yes.
So thank you for that.
Yeah. I'm glad you guys kind of liked them.
They were fun.
Continuing on to the Oricon here. First up, it is Hakujitsu by King New, 13,223 points. And then going on up, it is Gorenge by Lisa, 17,541 points. And going on up to number 8, Anata ga iru koto de by Uru. And by God, this song, talk about Easter tears. This
Oh, yeah.
This put me on a wreck of emotions that I didn't know how to feel. And if the drama that this is related to is any semblance to this music video, I am going to watch the hell out of it.
Oh my lord, this thing.
This was my favorite of the week. It was gorgeous. It was beautiful. It was heartbreaking. You felt every bit of emotion in the song, that video. Oh my god. I cannot say enough about how amazing this was.
Oh yeah, no, I've referred to this song in our group chat as a religious experience because my god, this was amazing. This song is so damn beautiful. I mean, you feel every note, every vocal line, and just the melody here at work is just so damn pretty. I mean, it just sinks you in, and it is absolutely, like, when I heard this song, I was like, well, the bar's set, and there's no way any of these other songs are going to be able to top it, and that was pretty much dead on. Like, there's other songs that I like this week, but nah, this one is easily the best. Like, it's not even a competition, and this thing's not even out yet.
Yeah, no, it's a digital single only. So there's no going to be physical releases unless it goes on her second album, which is going to be releasing pretty soon also. But by God, this song was freaking amazing. It set the bar. Composition-wise, vocal-wise, she hit every goddamn note to a perfect 10.
And it really makes me, because I'm only heard of Uru like in like the ether. I've never really checked out any of her work. This makes me want to sit down and listen to her work because my God, if she's this good on one song, what else is she singing that I'm not hearing? Is really what makes you
exactly
like my God. Like once this is over with, like I'm probably gonna like try to see if I can find her on like Apple Music or something and try to listen to her because my God, this was fantastic.
Yeah, this song was so amazing. I don't know why it just came back up in the ether because it originally released back in February, and then it just came back up again. And I guess because the drama ended, probably, maybe, because it is that season where it does end.
Yeah.
And it was so amazing, and I can't wait to see her career. It seems like she just recently started to over the last couple of years, and I would love to see her progression in the music industry, because the emotion that she had with this one song is just bone-chilling. Mm-hmm. And it has to be seen to believe. Go look this song up. It is called Anata ga Iru Koto de, and it's spelled Uru, U-R-U. Go look it up. You guys will love this song. If you guys love ballads and love vocal-heavy compositions, you will love this song. My guarantee for that.
Yeah, she's all over Apple Music. I just pulled her up. She has like 5 albums and a bunch of singles on here, and she even has a compilation album, so she has a lot to listen to. And
yeah,
and Anata Iru Koto de is already on here.
Yeah, so go take a listen to that. It's fantastic. Regardless, this week it sold a lovely 19,420 points, going on up to Pretenders by Official Hige Dandism. One more week and it'll take the 1 year motion. 19,531 points. And going on up to Fake Motion, King of Ping Pong. I can't believe this is a group name, but
yes,
it was something.
Oh my God.
And
I kind of liked it.
Yeah, it was something.
I think because it was fun and it was a little, I don't know, I wasn't expecting what it was.
It was a little zany, and it was like, I'm gonna watch these husbandos do what they do, I guess.
Yep.
And play ping pong.
Oh yeah, no, this is great. This is absolutely great. I love this thing. I love the energy. I love the music. These guys really feel relatable. And I like ping pong. It's a fun game. I remember when we were in Japan, I felt like I spent like a small bit of the time trying to get people to play ping pong with us because we had a ping pong in the rec room. So
yes, I remember all 5 of us, me, you, Lou, and then our other mutual friend that is in our chat would always try to play. We sucked, but we
yes, we're god awful.
we're god awful,
used
but
to
yeah,
be
we
good at it.
yeah.
I used to be so good at ping pong back in the day, back when I used to drink a lot and party in college. I was so good at ping pong. Not as good now.
Regardless, getting back to the song, it was really good. It was interesting, and it makes me want to watch whatever they're a part of. If they're part of some anime, let's go check this real.
It was a fun, upbeat song that the video was zany, and I liked the energy in it. You know, it got you ready to play some ping pong.
Oh yeah, that's for darn sure. Regardless, it sold a lovely 19,540 points, and going on up, it is "I Love" by Official Higedandism. This week it sold 31,984 points. And continuing on up to number 4, it is Kimi Hori by Axis, or Ax Ones. I believe it's Axis, but
my guess would be Axis, yes.
Yeah. So I'm going to take a wild shoot in the dark and say that you probably like this game.
I did like it. I don't love it or whatnot, but I really felt like it was a solid, enjoyable song. I like the guys.
Yeah.
I like the harmony. My head was nodding to it as it sung. It's a pretty solid song.
Yeah, it is a pretty solid song.
It was a fun, good idol song, like male idol group one. I thought it was pretty well done, actually. I was surprised how much I enjoyed it.
Yes, this is their first single, so for a debut single, it sold fairly well.
And I think it was a solid debut single, too. I mean, they did a great job at capturing what they wanted in it.
Yes, that is for darn sure. But yeah, continuing, this week it sold a lovely 32,172 points. And continuing on up, it is number 3 with Pop Music and Tsukite Yo by Juice Juice. And we talk about random Japanese songs. I think that's what pop music was.
Well, yes, and it was. So I did some research on this because as I was listening to Pop Music, my husband was sitting next to me, and he actually watched this with me because they sampled 2 songs from the U.S. And if you listen to it, one of them, that first part, is Pop Music, and it's by a group called M, and that came out in the 70s, if I'm correct, like 76. And the second song they referenced was Do the Hustle. You hear that in kind of a little bit after the first part. Although the funny thing is, when I did a little bit more research, it's actually a cover by a Japanese group, a Japanese guy called Kimuta Kan, aka Kan, and it was his song Pop Music, and it's supposed to be a cover of that. But when I listen to his version, I still think Juice Juices sounds more like those 2 American songs, and they sample it a little bit. But I actually like this, and my husband didn't mind it because he's like, this is kind of interesting, and he doesn't like Japanese music at all.
Yeah. You know what? With the song, it's very interesting because they went through all the generations of what pop music was in Japan, where it has that kind of modern flair, 70 flair, 80 flair, 90 flair, and the zany early aughts flair. That's what I would explain why they were dressed up like pigeons in the music video. But yeah, it was very interesting, and with Juice Juice, I can't wait. Oh, and it was written by Khan, written and produced by him. So
by Khan, yeah.
Yeah, I felt like this was a fun, enjoyable song, and I it's been so long since I've heard The Hustle that I really like. It's been a while, so I can see where that came from. But my first thought was actually the YMCA by the Village People. That was what I heard, like the opening melody, as the song opens up, I could have sworn that was
Look
YMCA.
Up Pop Music by M, because that's what that first opening is.
Yeah, like I said, to me that's what I thought of when I heard it.
And so it was funny because I told my husband that, and he's like, oh, no, hold on, I know what it's from. And he pulled up YouTube and he found it and played it for me.
Well, yeah, there you go. But yeah, I will say I did like this song. My one beef with it is it's a 5-minute song, and I felt like that was just a little too long in the tooth. Like I just really felt like after like the 3.5 minute mark, like the song had really done everything I really wanted to hear from it, and I was kind of ready for it to end. I was like, oh god, there's another minute and a half of it.
You know what's funny? You kind of have this issue with a lot of Hello Project songs, where some certain songs. I remember we got across this with a Hello Project song also, where it extended it a little bit longer than it needed to.
Yes, yes. Yeah, because like I said, it's a fun and enjoyable song, but after 3.5 minutes, I'm like, okay, I get your point. Like you can stop now. And I mean, the second song, I actually like the second song a lot more than the first song. But I even have the same argument for that one, even though not nearly as bad. But
well, you know what with Tsukite Yu, it seems like a modern song that they would do.
Yes.
Like it honestly sounds like a song that they would do, and you know that's not a knock on them, but
Yeah.
you know, we've already listened to a handful of songs by them already,
Yeah.
and we expect a certain style, and this is what Hello Project usually does,
and I'm not,
it seems like that.
I'm not saying like I hate that they shook it up with the first song with pop music. I'm really glad that they shook it up, and I love when they do like tributes and throwbacks and everything like that. And really, if this song was about 3.5 minutes long, I would actually preferred it over the second one. But because I just felt like it was just way too long in the tooth, I was just like,
You know, and
could shave
another
off
thing
of
with
this.
that, and another thing with their songs is that they always like to tell a story within their song,
Yeah.
and I think that's another reason why a lot of their songs are a little bit more longer than what usual people are used to.
Yes. Yeah.
And I think that's what a lot of it is.
Yes.
Yeah, and I did like both of them. I mean, I thought first I didn't know what to think of pop music. I had to listen to it more than once, but I immediately like Tsukite Iteyo. I thought that was a very, it was a very typical Juice Juice song, but at the same time, it also showed off their vocal skills, all their capabilities in dancing, and it's just such a nice. I'm trying to think of how to describe it because I wouldn't say.
And
I'm trying to think of the style.
It seems like a nice balance with this like modern idol electronica mix now.
There we go.
And Hello Project has been really successful with this, and this is what I have been liking with Hello Project a lot lately, where they know the balance. And they've been doing it for how many years? That's the reason why they know what works with certain members or what certain groups and what doesn't. And Hello Project has a lot more years on than the 48s and the 46 system with AKS and all that. But with their stride, a lot of these mini groups or these smaller groups that Hello Project foster that isn't part of Morning Musume have been successful in my mind with trying to balance that act of what needs to be done with a composition and vocal range. Now, I would love to see High Five sing a song like this. Going back. That'd be very interesting in my mind.
I thought you were looking more for High Five to sing a song more closer to 8.
No. Or pop music. Hell, you can take me on an acid trip. I wouldn't mind that. Regardless, pop music and Tsukite Yuteyo sold a wonderful 45,536 points. And continuing on up, once again, it is Shiawase no Hokyo. And, I won't get into this argument again like last week.
No. But
like I said, John A. is personally my favorite. Go listen to that song. Listen to the hell out of that song. It's, in my mind. Go listen to the lovely talk that me and Gray had over this song.
Yes.
Go listen to that last week's episode.
And I think we had a fairly spirited, healthy debate over this song. So it's worth listening to, and Hearing both sides of the argument of why this is good and why this is bad and why it doesn't work. I really felt like me and you both made our arguments fairly well.
Well, not so much why it was bad. It was just why it didn't work for me.
Lackluster, I guess would be a better way to put it.
Lackluster, I would say. But regardless, this week it's So They Lovely, 56,122 points. And going on up, it is number 1, Mai Ochiru Hanabihara by 17. And this is going to be another divisive one, I know for that much. Because so for me, this is the Korean group 17, and they've been appearing on the charts. I haven't listened to anything done by 17 before. This is the first time they appeared on the weekly Oricon charts. They've been for a single side. They've been appearing ever so much on the album side.
Yeah, they've been really shown on like the album side. But yeah, this is the first time they really hit the singles.
So besides Happy Ending, which I don't think we talked about, but this song, I already had an idea of what 17 is, and that's just me, because when I think of K-pop, unfortunately, I think of a certain image, and this didn't fall in that image, and I liked that. They were very vocal heavy, and it kind of surprised me at first of how different it was from my thought, and I was like, okay, I understand what you're saying. Ain't beating number 8 that for that